Wow, a new platform fighter! This game is gonna kill Smash Bros! This time for sure! It seems that every single Smash Bros. Streamer is trying out the MultiVersus beta. However, they're all being paid to play the game. As someone who has played the game via Twitch drops, I am not being paid by Warner Bros. To sugarcoat this game, so I'm here to give my honest thoughts on this game in a video format when no one else will. And while it's an alright game, it's not that good. It's definitely not as good as people say, and in particular, I hate it. But first, please consider subscribing. I upload VODs almost daily to the channel, as well as other videos like this. Okay, let's start with easily the best part about this game, the personality. The character dialogue in this game is great, and they got so many legacy voice actors to work on this project, and I enjoy that. The characters constantly talk throughout battle, but it doesn't come across as annoying such as in other games, Xenoblade 2. One of my favorite characters to listen to was Superman because he straight up just sounded like he didn't want to be there. The characters even have unique dialogue depending on the matchup, which I found unique. No other platform fighters really do this, even Smash. Imagine if Smash had this level of dialogue. Think about the character interactions we'd get there with characters I actually give a shit about. However, Nintendo still uses the same voice clips of Mario from the GameCube era, so that's not happening anytime soon. That makes MultiVersus unique, and I really like that, despite not being very attached to any of the Warner Brothers properties. There is one character's personality that I do take issue with, and that's Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. His neutral special is, well, it's Ultra Instinct Shaggy. And to me, that gives off a very how do you do fellow kids energy, not gonna lie. We'll get into the characters later, but for now, I want to go over the other aspects of the game, starting with the gameplay. It's Smashy Bros. However, it does vary in a few key ways. There's no shield, there's only a dodge system. Like in Smash Bros., your dodges can stale. However, this time it actually has a meter for that, instead of it being an invisible value, which is welcome. However, it lacks a unique mechanic to replace shields, such as Rivals of Aether's parry system. That being said, what it lacks in defensive options, it makes up for in offensive options. The off-stage potential in this game is insane, with each character is allowed 2 special moves, 2 jumps, and 2 air dodges off stage. I like that, and I think it'll make the competitive scene fun to watch. Another thing this game lacks is strong attacks, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of that. While playing, I'd find myself going to the right stick to use a strong attack like I would in Smash or Rivals, and the character wouldn't do what I expected. Instead, the strongest attacks are mapped to jab and nair, and side tilt kind of becomes the character's jab. There's also no dash attack, which is hard to get used to. The main gimmick of this game is that it was designed around doubles. Characters have many abilities that can debuff opponents or buff allies, and it heavily focuses around its doubles play. That being said, it's a platform fighter, so the most popular game mode will inevitably be 1v1s, and that kind of invalidates some of the cast, for example, Steven from Steven Universe. Let's move on to the presentation. To be honest, I don't like it. A lot of the move animations in this game seem too floppy. I honestly don't know how to put it better than that. I just dislike how characters are animated in this game for the most part. There are a few good animations, such as Velma's side special, but a lot of the standard attacks seem floppier and slower than you'd expect the moves to function. I also dislike the UI. I hate how the character's percent follows them around instead of being a static UI element. I think that kind of obstructs the gameplay, and I dislike that. My least favorite part of this game's presentation is the music. While this game does have remixes of different franchise themes, they're all in the same style, using the same instrumentation, aside from one song, which you're hearing now. Also, there's a few weird omissions from the soundtrack. Getting a modern Stronger Than You remix would make my inner Undertale fan lose it, because it's an Undertale song, obviously. I can't believe Garnet would steal the song from Sans Undertale. For a Warner Bros. Fan, I can imagine that the character roster is a dream come true. There's representatives from DC, cartoons such as Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, Steven Universe, Game of Thrones of all things, with leaks and data mines showing more characters such as Mario, Chris Pratt, Emmett, and even Rick from Rick and Morty, which is why it hurts so much when you boot up the game and see that all the characters are locked, save for 5 of them. The biggest part of this game is the predatory monetization. Nearly all the characters are locked at startup, and to unlock them, you need to grind for coins. I played the game for two straight hours and only managed to unlock one character, so at my rate, it would take 22 hours to unlock every character currently available in the game. Of course, if you don't want to do that, you can always pay real-world money to avoid all that. Great! Thanks, games industry! Fortunately, offline, all the characters are unlocked from the start, which is good for tournaments, but what about people who want to play online? What about online tournaments? Those straight up won't be possible. And my question is, what would I rather do? I could either grind for hours to get, like, probably 30 characters in the final game, or I could play Rivals of Aether, where I have access to literal hundreds of well-made, unique, fan-created characters spanning hundreds of series, as well as original creations via the Steam Workshop. For me, the choice is obvious. There's also plenty of visual customization options, some which you can get for grinding the Fortnite Battle Pass, or for alternate skins, paying real-world money. Some of these alternate skins can only be obtained by paying up, which isn't that big a deal because it's just visual, but you know that some kid is going to use their mom's credit card to buy the fucking, female Finn skin for Finn or some shit. I don't know, I didn't touch that character. You can also unlock perks for each character, which increase their abilities, like giving them extra jumps or whatnot. But this requires, again, grinding. You grind for the battle pass, you grind for the characters, you grind for the cosmetics, you grind for the perks. Again, all the perks are available offline, but this makes the online play vastly inferior because you have to grind. That's my major problem with this game. It just seems like a money grab. While I'm sure the actual developers put thought and effort into the game, Warner Bros. Knew they could make money off a Smash Bros.-like game with Warner Bros. Properties, and made the game so heavily monetized that it becomes unfun. The game is free to play, but if you want to play it for free, you have to spend hours grinding in order to enjoy all the content online. And at that point, is it really free to play anymore? Those are my thoughts on MultiVersus. I don't like it. Guess I won't be getting Warner Bros. Money anytime soon.